Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sit Down with Bogeys, Birdies and Beyond on the course. Alright guys, got another course episode. So, I'm actually playing right now, so you might see a few shots, maybe not. So on this sit down, I want to talk about the aftermath of the Ryder Cup. If you guys follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I made the mistake on Saturday thinking that after the foursome and four ball play that the Ryder Cup was over. I didn't realize that there was Sunday singles. So now that the Ryder Cup's over, I can recap. So yes, I can officially say now that the Europeans have beaten the Team USA. So congratulations, Team Europe, for winning the Ryder Cup. However, I will say Team USA put up a heck of a comeback. It'll probably been a comeback of historic, whatever you want to call it, historic. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It would have been a comeback of historic proportions of if the Team USA was able to do it. For some reason, like I said in my post, that for some reason Team USA worked better off 1v1 instead of team ball, foursome or four ball. We almost pulled off the comeback. Of course, the Ryder Cup is going to always be mired in controversy, and Ryder Cup 2025 is no different. So we have a lot to unpack. And first, we're going to start off with Viktor Hovland. So apparently, Viktor Hovland, I guess, slept wrong on Saturday night leading up to Sunday morning, and pinched a nerve in his neck. I believe that's what it was. We've all had that before. It's extremely hard to turn your neck, and makes it almost impossible to swing a golf club. So he was out. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think I forgot who he was supposed to play in the singles. I think Team Europe was rewarded half a point. I think it was. There's an envelope rule I got to look up, but I think I think the Europeans were rewarded half a point. So yeah, anyone who knows the rules a lot better than me, please explain them in the comments. I think it was controversy because I think people were saying that Viktor Hovland should have been suspended and there should have been a point reward to Team USA, and that could have been the difference of Team USA winning or losing. For me, it's the rules of the rules. I don't really take a lot of. I don't really think about it too much. Like what shoulda, woulda, coulda. Things happen the way they happen. I think Team USA, no matter what the rules are, still had a chance to claim victory, but just didn't get the job done. So I'm not gonna sit here and blame the rules blame the loss because of the rules. If you have a chance to win, then it doesn't matter what the rules are. You got to go out and do the job and finish it. Basically, finish the job. They almost came back, and they could have came back and won. Whether Viktor Hovland should have been suspended or not. So that's the way I see it. You lost, and if you had played better on Saturday, then you guys definitely would have won. Next topic of discussion. Bryson DeChambeau, he said he was going to talk trash, and boy, did he deliver. He got into it with Justin Rose mainly, and I think Tommy Fleetwood got into it a little bit. Also, Ted Scott, Scotty Scheffler's caddy, got into it for Francesco Molinari, like face to face, looking like something could go down at any moment. Man, I mean, that's not the type of sport golf is. That kind of trash talking or that kind of animosity. But when it comes to Ryder Cup, that's the type of energy that comes with it. So I'm all for it. It was entertaining. I loved it. I think in the later days and maybe later hours, we'll kind of get more in depth what happened or what was said or what was going on. But I mean, there's a post, Ted Scott and Francesco Molinari, clearing the air. So guys, it's just competition, man. That's all it is. I'm all for it. I'm a competitor. I love seeing guys competing and looking like, it's all or nothing, man. Just, getting in each other's face and talking trash. I love it. I think it was great for the sport. So if the players are gonna get rowdy during the Ryder Cup, the crowd's gonna get rowdy. To be honest with you, I think Team Europe, the crowd can be more hostile than Team USA. But Team USA was, kind of rowdy in a good way and certainly in a terrible way. We'll get into that. So obviously, they're going to talk trash to the players, try and get in their head. Obviously, you shouldn't be really saying anything when the golfer's about to swing. But, when he's walking up to the ball or assessing the ball, go ahead and talk trash. I'm for it. That's the Ryder Cup vibes. Any other tournament, you just got to stay quiet and whatnot. Obviously you have guys who yell something after, a big tee shot, mashed potatoes or light the candle or something like that. But during the Ryder Cup, it's more free. You talk trash to players. The players are going to talk trash right back to you. Rory McIlroy was saying, shut the F up to one of the crowd members.
That bunker's looking tasty. Guys, shut the fuck up.
And I was saying, hey, Rory, that's the atmosphere. You got to learn to ignore it. Obviously, there is a certain, silence or, comfort that you need to have during the ball, when you're about to hit the ball. But like I said, it's the Ryder Cup. It's different. Now, something despicable happened during the Ryder Cup. I forgot what hole Rory was walking to, but him and his wife, along with the team members, were walking to a hole. And some idiot fan decided they want to throw a drink right towards Team Europe and actually hit Rory McIlroy's wife. I do not condone violence on this channel. I don't condone violence overall, only in certain circumstances. But I don't think Rory McIlroy has been wrong for smacking somebody in the face. That is your wife. As a man, it is your duty and job to protect and provide for your wife. And someone put your wife in danger, albeit a drink, but someone threw it and hit her. I wouldn't have had a problem if Rory McIlroy found out who it was and smacked him across the face, because that is a despicable act. People should be able to act with a certain decorum, no matter how rowdy or how hectic the atmosphere can be. You should be able to be grown-ups and just act grown. Like, why are you throwing stuff? Like, why does it get to that point where you're throwing stuff at the golfers and hitting their wives? That was despicable. I hope they find out who the guy was and he's banned from golf events for indefinitely. Maybe not forever. If he pays his dues, he can come back and play. Cause I'm for forgiveness, but he needs to be punished. Not only because the act was despicable, but it needs to send a message. That needs to stop. There's no place in golf or any sport for throwing stuff at players and not in their wives or significant others. So that was the low point of the Ryder Cup, and I hope that things like that in the future events won't happen. But all in all, Team Europe secured the victory. I'm proud for my Team USA for fighting back and almost committing the unbelievable comeback, historic comeback. Shane Lowry shut it down. So props up to this Team Europe. Really good golfers. Hats out to them. The next Ryder Cup in 2 years will be in Europe, so that's going to be a tall task for Team USA. Not only because Team Europe, is looking dominant, looking good, but they're going to be on their home course, and we couldn't win on ours. So, give me your thoughts about the Ryder Cup. Should we have won? Did they do right by the rules of Victor Hovland? Should Team USA have been awarded a point? How'd you enjoy the crowd? What'd you think about that fool of a spectator throwing a beer can at Rory McIlroy's wife? Give me your thoughts. Like the video, subscribe, comment, and guys, till next time. Peace.